Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day as always. Leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing helps out the channel immensely. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Financial authorities in South Africa have recently demanded that crypto exchanges register with them by the end of this year or risk legal action. We are currently in the really weird world of cryptocurrency regulations where every country is trying to outdo every other country to show how serious they are about regulations that they never gave over the course of the last 14 years. So they basically make sure, at least are doing right now, that everyone is trying to one-up the others by saying you need to register with us to be fully compliant, instead of doing this in like 2017 at least in some sort of way. And now a lot of the countries are saying that crypto exchanges can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have this, you can't list that, or if you're going to do it, you have to register with us. We're going to be doing like a little country hop in this video. By the end of this year, South Africa's Financial Sector Conduct Authority has mandated that cryptocurrency exchanges submit applications for operational licenses. Since accepting applications for licenses began a couple of weeks ago, the financial regulator has received about 20, it said. The cutoff date to be able to register is the 30th of December. How nice of them. Until the deadline, the FSCA will conduct enforcement proceedings against firms that have applied for a license. Wait, will conduct? Until the deadline, the FSSA will conduct enforcement proceedings against firms that have applied for a license. So you're in trouble until you get the license? What? According to the commissioner, the businesses may be punished or ordered to shut down if they are found to be operating illegally. Well, why not just give them paperwork? Why not? Can I not read English? Yeah. It says firms that have applied for the license will be in trouble until they basically get it. Moreover, it says Binance, Luno, and Valor, funded by Pantera Capital, are just a few of the big enterprises established in South Africa. These businesses are racing against the clock to get the necessary permits. South Africans were, tons of scams apparently happened to them as well. So, cool. I always say it's nice to hear that regulation is happening over than, cryptos being banned. But I question the practices of multiple countries in what they're doing to, and I lightly air quote here, regulate the space, because a lot of times it just seems kind of janky. Why would you let everyone else get in trouble if they're currently applying for documentation that you just told them they had to get 2 weeks ago? Because I don't live in South Africa, but I'm, hear me out here. I'm going to assume you guys have had crypto regulations or crypto exchanges for 5, 6, 7 years, somewhere around there. So anyway, cool. Wow, that's crazy. Get your paperwork in because everyone else is doing it. So that's the crypto regulation, but it's done in like a very backhanded kind of way. I mean, you can't really expect too much from the world these days. So yeah, okay. That's the South African Financial Sector Conduct Authority. Very long name for SEC. Very long name for SEC. Just change it to 3 letters. Okay, let's move on. Also sure, why not? I don't know what you think you're doing, but have fun. Thailand has followed in Singapore's footsteps by banning cryptocurrency exchanges from offering lending and staking services to retail investors. So this may sound crazy, but it has a point. And the point, of course, is money. It's not because they're actually trying to protect any of you. The idea of an institutional and a retail investor is a stark contrast. Retail is us, the normies, and the institutional investors are the institutions, or single accredited investors who typically have over $15 to $20 million liquid at any given time to be able to throw into different markets. The idea of banning crypto exchanges from offering lending and staking to you is not because they think it's dangerous. It's because this is the job of the bank. Yeah, see? The idea is that you, as a normal person, should not have access to additional financial tools and methods. You're supposed to go to the bank, which is run by the country, and you're supposed to fall in line with whatever numbers they give you. If you are trying to get money lent to you or to borrow money, you have to take the rate that they give you. What happens when you hear that there are a number of cryptocurrency exchanges who have a lower rate for borrowing money? Or what happens when you hear, which was a major thing that I kept on saying all of last year, when you hear that a bank, if you give your money to the bank, hey, hold this to me and give me some money at the end of the year. And the bank says, cool, we'll give you 0.5%. Actually, you know what? You're a good customer. We'll give you 1%. There are stable coins now on crypto exchanges that will give you 6%. Why would you hold the paper currency when you can just hold the digital currency that is still making you money in the background? Same exact thing when it comes to staking services. The idea of staking isn't a thing that governments ever expected or actually wanted. You no longer have to hold your money in a bank account to accrue interest. You can hold your Ether, you can hold your Cardano on your computer, and it stakes for you. You get money for free from simply having it. How much of that money does the bank get? If you said 0, you're a genius. Right. Thailand has followed in Singapore's footsteps by banning crypto exchanges from offering lending and staking services to retail investors. This is why we saw over the last couple of years the amount of countries who have issues with, and I dare not even say just the word DeFi. A lot of DeFi is very scammy, very, very scammy. But there are some things out there that are or seem to be relatively legitimate. And even if you back up from there and simply say, imagine a world where you no longer have to have a bank account, where you can simply transact you can hold and buy, sell, and use Bitcoin as your currency, because you can basically pay for Bitcoin with everything now. You use Ethereum as your way of making extra passive income on the side. And because you want to hold something similar to the US dollar, you hold on to Tether. And then you make 6% from that at the end of the year. At what point does the bank come in? Now you understand why all these countries are kicking up so much dust, because they see that the networks are growing on their own just by people making new addresses. Well, how do you stop that? You have to tell them that it's evil and it's awful and they can't use it. Keeping in mind, these services are always only restricted to retail investors, everyday normal people. The rich can do as they wish all the time, all the time. Thailand has become the second Southeast Asian nation to ban crypto staking activities for retail investors. The Thai SEC announced it is banning crypto exchanges from offering these services. On Monday, the securities agency issued new rules for digital asset service providers aiming to improve investor protection. Wink! According to the Thai SEC, they said it is forbidden to advertise or persuade the general public or do any other act in the manner of supporting the staking, depositing of, and lending services within crypto. Why would they be doing this? I said it like 15 times already before. So yeah, it is an interesting landscape. You see the cracks. We have already seen the cracks in the system. But when you see more of it, you see these countries actively, you have to go out of your way to make sure that normal people don't have access to this. Do you remember, this was years ago, one of the first countries on the planet who said that they wanted to restrict everyday normal people from getting into crypto was Russia. Yeah. For those of you who've been here, this was 2018, 2019. It was a while ago. The generalized idea was their lawmakers were trying to put into law that if you were essentially too poor or did not have enough money, if you were not making enough money every single month or year, you could not get into crypto. And if you did decide to get into crypto, I think you had a maximum of $2,000 or $3,000 equivalent per year that you were able to purchase. Let all that enter your mind. If you were a millionaire, there were no restrictions on you. If you were a normal person working a 9 to 5 and you saw that XRP was at 1 cent and you put $2,001 into it, you would be fined and you would get in trouble. This is very similar. This is simply like the 2.0 way of seeing it. What's wrong with a staking service? Why not, as the Thai SEC, learn about cryptocurrencies and staking so you can figure out exactly what it is, and then you go to the crypto exchanges and say, hey, we know what staking is. Make sure that it looks like A, B, and C. It can't look like D, E, and F because that's wrong. Make sure that we know your customers' funds, where they're going, and that they're actually being allocated to the system on chain, and that when they withdraw their money, they're getting back their coins from the actual system. And if at the end of the year you could print out something that shows us where all the money moved to so they can also have it for their taxes, that'd be great. No, that's way too much work. So let's make sure that we ban it for everyday normal people. Yeah, that's the progress. Moving forward as a society by constantly banning stuff and making sure that people who you're supposed to be helping, that they know, not only do they not have proper regulations, but they're also terrified to get into something that could potentially make them money because they've been told by you that it's banned for all normal people. That's the Thai SEC has banned lending and staking services on cryptocurrency exchanges. Super fun. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, in a newly published report by the American investment firm known as ARK Invest, the leading cryptocurrency BTC has found support from strong holders and improved institutional sentiment. ARK detailed that during the month of June, the supply of Bitcoin that has not been moved for at least a year reached an all-time high of 70% of the current circulating supply. One of the more popular metrics from years ago, no one even talks about this anymore, is unmoved coins. The idea is that not that they're not being used, which is the truth, but is that they're being held and people don't want to use them. When you get indications, this is why we have numbers a lot of times. You see like X amount of Ethereum is being staked, X amount is in the system, X amount is being put into smart contracts, and therefore this amount of Ethereum altogether is not moving. The same holds true for many other coins. You look at the metrics for how many coins are passing through a system, how much money is being made, how much money is being stored, how much money is being put into a protocol. But the other really big one is when we get all this news of whales buying up all the Bitcoin, it goes somewhere. It goes into a storage wallet, a hardware wallet, a cold wallet, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of times, this was also popular news years ago, rich people are literally putting their Bitcoin into mountains. It sounds like a joke. Google it. Even normal people are putting them onto ledgers and they're putting them away. The idea is that, hey, this coin is roughly around $30,000, but I believe in the system. I believe in the space. I think at some coin, Bitcoin will hit $500,000 to $1 million per coin. To make sure that it's safe and that I don't accidentally spend it or swap it into another coin, let me stash it away somewhere. We get news constantly about tons of Bitcoin being bought up by institutions. This is where it goes. And even on the news that 70% of Bitcoin circulating supply has not moved. The usual time frame I think it's half a year to 9 months, like kind of sets off like a bullish trend in that direction. The idea being people bought these coins and they didn't sell them. The price has gone up. They didn't sell them. The price went down. They didn't sell them. It creates a, I forgot maybe it's somewhere in this thing as well, but it's like a certain like combination of letters that basically explains why it is significant, because these coins are simply not moving. The people who are buying them to have them forever and or until Bitcoin ends up hitting 7 figures or something along those lines. ARK Invest, the investment firm that focuses on disruptive technology, sure, why not, has published a report discussing Bitcoin's recent momentum. The leading cryptocurrency has outpaced nearly every traditional asset during the first half of this year, climbing more than 80% against the US dollar. In the report, ARK Invest highlights the recent increase in institutional interest following BlackRock's ETF filing. ARK researchers further explain that the balance of Bitcoin on over-the-counter desks, a proxy for institutional activity, has hit a 1-year high. And here's a beautiful chart right here. Here's also the Bitcoin Monthly, the dawn of the ETF era news report or PDF thing that they also released. Yeah, so at some point, we will see movement up in price. And this is why I continue to tell you I think the next bull run is going to be the most ridiculous of them all, because the heavyweights are in the space now, and we know that they're buying. There's not a lot of Bitcoin left. 70% has gone unmoved. I want you to put that number into your mind and think that it's something significant, because it is. So yeah. That's the ARK Invest news, and that people are buying and are not selling at all. We also had news a couple of days ago. The amount of activity on the network continues to also skyrocket as well. The amount of money flowing through it, the amount of money that's being made by people who are mining, the amount of new machines that are being turned on, you name it, the amount of new addresses. It's always a lot. Yeah, methinks that is going to do it for this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.